Alright, so we have the model black based, so now what we're going to move on to do is tonal layers. I think I'm going to do browns, and maybe some like light greens, so some zinc chromate type stuff. I don't know, we'll see. I think it's just mostly going to be browns. So we'll do some tones and then we're going to go over it, so standard stuff. Alright guys, and so we have it painted. Unfortunately right here I need some touch-up work. So basically what I did is I sprayed a little bit of this azul blue under it and a little bit of brown. And then I put a new wash that I have, the Starship from MiG, just to dirty up it a little bit. It's harder to see the blue in this camera, but you can pick it up a little bit right there. Some of the white areas. So basically, I gloss coated it. I am working on the decals now. So what I'm going to do next is continue to weather. I'm going to go something along the lines of what I did for the Tomcat. So yeah, I'm going to make this a dirty bird. If you're interested in what the colors I used for the bottom, I used this, which is recommended from this decal sheet. I'll actually show you those in a second. And then I use this for the top. I think this is a little too dark, actually. It's not quite, it's a little bit blue too, but it's not too bad. So let me actually show you these decals. And then, so one thing I did notice specifically, I think it's for most naval aircraft, F-18s, but I noticed specifically on this squadron that the camera really doesn't pick it up actually, but as you can see, it's a lighter color around the bull logo. So from what I saw, they painted it lighter around it. I assume to cover up the other bull they had, since this was the 40th year anniversary. So yeah, just working on other stuff. I'll get back to you soon. Alright, so quite a bit has happened since I last left you guys. Hold on, let me zoom out. So, I don't know what I said I did last, but anyway, got the decals on the tails. Hold on, let me turn on this light here. So, basically, if you look at a lot of the photos of Super Hornets, and Hornets in general, Legacy Hornets, a lot of the times when they do these markings on the fins around... Wow, hold on. Alright, there we go, much better. Sorry for the mess on the deck, or on the desk. I get a little bit carried away. Anyway, so if you look at the marking on the tail right here where the bull is, you can see usually that they've painted over around it before they put the marking down, and that's what I've done. I've done a darker shade around the bull. It's a little hard to tell what you can see from my angle as I bend that. That's great. So yeah, as you can see, I did that and did lighter on the bull. Also, a few photos I've seen of Hornets from Operation Iraqi Freedom that you can see is some of the markings get painted over. I believe, you know, corrosion control is more important than markings, and you can tell basically where they're from. So, yeah, I did that. I'm going to do a little bit more, make it a little more believable, I think. Probably harder lines on it. What else? I put a wash down. I need to clean off. I was letting the black sit right here because this is where it tends to be a little bit dirtier. On the inside of the fins too, I did a little bit more weathering right here. So problem number one with the decals for both sets. Okay, so right here, that is too light. It's way too light. Part of it is because I am using a darker gray. I will admit that. So it might not be totally inaccurate, but it's too light for what I'm using it for. And the other problem is these are the right color, but they're too big. They should be that sized in this color for what I'm using them for, but these are too big. So I'm not going to be using those, and those are part of the Afterburner decal set. So yeah, that is it. I was testing this. This is quite the big seam down the middle. It's not too bad. Last time when I did this, I remember this didn't quite sit in the canopy, in the little slot very well, so I'm going to work on that. And then it's getting these weapon pilings all figured out and what I want to do. I think I'm going to use these. I have a few of them, so yeah, moving on. Alright, pardon my voice, it really hurts. I have COVID right now, so if it sounds weird, apologize. Anyway, so we have, or I should say, I have figured out what I'm going to do for the armament. I wasn't too sure. From some of the research that I've done, and some of the people I've talked to, the bulls are, they did more of, I guess, a ground bombing, you know, just a general bombing. Air-to-air stuff you expect typically didn't really exist, in OIF. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing, the ground. Also, so that's why I kind of surprised, one of my buddies, he was talking about, blue, usually, historically, I guess, signified, attack aircraft more than fighters, and one of the schemes right here is an attack. Red, usually, I guess, fighter squadrons. Red more meant fighters. So anyway, yeah. So let me get right into it. So first, we're just doing one centerline drop tank. That shouldn't be too, I mean, it's not like too uncommon. So we're just gonna do that. I'm gonna do it in a bunch of different grays. I think it'll look pretty nice. Next, we're just gonna do three JBU-12s. Where basically the way I'm gonna have them is two on. Here, actually, I can show you. I'm gonna have two on this rack right here, and then I'm gonna have this Mark 82 right here, this dumb bomb, and then on this side I'm going to do another JBU-12, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do on the end. I've seen a few photos of that. So yeah, and then we have this AN, or what is it? AS versus AS/AAS 38, and this is just a targeting system. So yeah, pretty simple stuff. Just have that on the hip. So yeah, so next we're just painting up. As you can see, I've been doing all this work on the variation of the paint. I'm still playing around with it, haven't reached that kind of point where I'm super happy with it, but I'm liking the way it's going. This isn't in yet, of course, but it's just seeing how it looks, and it's starting to look like a Hornet. So yeah, I am going to paint all these up. I guess I'll get back to you once you see that. So yeah, moving on. Alright guys, sorry for the mess, but I figured I'd show you. I have the JBU-12s all painted up. So I got three. I should say that two of them are the Tamiya ones, and one of them is the Kinetic one. I don't know why I did it, just happened to. Here's the Mark 28. So the interesting thing is, these, I should say this is Viejo Dark Ghost Gray, Tamiya Olive Green, this one right here, or Olive Drab, or Khaki Drab, sorry, XF51. So yeah, pictures I've noticed there's variations where the more drab color is on the ends, and I just decided to go with this. So I'm gonna make a little bit of a audible here, and I'm gonna still do these, but some of the photos I saw too, they had some of the bigger Mark 82s on there, or I'm sorry, not Mark 82s. The JBUs, like the JBU-10s and 24s, I guess. So, again, this is the Tamiya one. I don't have the Kinetic one, but the Kinetic one has more of them on there. So, yeah, just figured I'd show you that.